in the state of UP, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, we are at Haridwar, the Ganges. Yes, that's where we're at. This is where millions and millions of people come to the magical waters. I say magical, but let's call it sacred, you know. The Ganga, you know, from the goddess, from the god Ganga. It's very sacred to them. It's a very pure water. It's the Ganga from the god Ganga, and she makes these waters healing. And so you're gonna have millions of people coming here, and we're not even during a busy season, and there's just so many people. So, and there's, as I understand, there are free places to stay for some people. And some people come, they're not homeless. I don't know if you maybe have seen them as I was walking through. They're just staying here. They're just here for the quick trip, or maybe a long trip. I'm not positive which, to have their chance to bathe in the Ganges. And this part here at Haridwar, we're at the beginning of where the Ganges does come out from the mountains, okay? So the water is very rapid. There's a lot of it. And that's mainly due because of the rain that's in the mountains. And so it's a little bit muddy. As I understand it, normally if there's not been a lot of rain in the mountains, it's a very clear river in this area. But it's like pretty much like a lot of other rivers even back home. Once it's rained, they just get muddy. But one key thing is, it means there's a lot of water in the river right now, and it's very swift. So it poses a factor of getting swept down the river, right? So, but they have a lot of safeguards for that, and we'll go over some of those or talk about some of those as we're doing our trip today, you know. Obviously right now we're in a section that's rather business-like. There's some foods, there's you know, souvenirs, things you can buy, you know, leading up to the river here. Some of them I'm not sure what they are. I just saw something I've never seen before, so I'm unsure. You got some musical instruments here. You got people just sitting around watching other people watching. And I want to show you, as we're coming up to the bridge here, there's a pedestrian bridge. I don't know if it's really for vehicles too, but I'm sure there's some. But you can see the entrance there, the gate per se, leading up to the Ganges. Now, I came with Santi and his family and a couple other friends, and they're going to bathe in the river. So they brought their change of clothes, and they're a bit far ahead of us. But I want to show this area. It's very, very interesting. And pretty in its own sense, you know. See the men, he's talking to us. He's saying something. But let's see here. It's really not as busy as I thought it was going to be, or as many people. But we're going to go here. I want to get up here and do a 360 for you, so you get an idea of the area. I just walked under the gate. Maybe you see it there behind me. And I'm going to, you know, you go up steps here, and we're going over part of the Ganges. Now, the Ganges. Now, the thing is it's not just one river here. I mean, it separates into many different ones, and they had the areas for washing everywhere. So, let me just do a 360 for you, so you can get an idea. Let's get the Ganges here, the Ganga. Okay? You see how swift it's moving? That's letting you know There's a lot of rainwater coming down from the mountains. Beautiful, isn't it? I think so anyway. The colorful bridges. And I see they got some bridges with nobody actually on it, so I don't know what the situation is there. But this water is moving really fast. Really fast. How you doing? And so let's walk on down a little bit more. Still got some vendors on this bridge. And so far I've not seen a vehicle on it, so it must be a complete pedestrian bridge. But let's check it out a little bit more. Some people are. You can't see it from here, but I'm going to try to show it. If you look over here, can you see the chains hanging? That is in case somebody from over there taking their bath gets swept away in the water. So they have something to grab onto. Or, you know, it's kind of like a last line of defense, you know? Because that water is moving, guys. It's really moving. People are walking by me because there's many different areas to bathe at. So, and we saw some coming in on like, I think it actually is the Ganga Canal. It's not really the river, but it still had bathing areas. But they were almost empty. As compared to this one up here, which I'll show you before I go down the steps, is pretty active. Several bridges. Maybe you saw those when I was doing the turn there, so you could see the whole area. And my understanding is way back in, I say way back, in 2013 or 14 or something, over 30 million people were visiting this area in one day or 1 week or something. I don't have the specifics, but to give you an idea, this is the people that are here now, okay? And this is one section. So let's go down the steps here and see. People are doing their rituals and bathing in the river. Okay, let's do this. Okay. There's small areas all over. Like now, all of a sudden, it has separated into two. We got one here on my left, and there's one directly here on my right. And people are going in. It's got to be cold, right? It's got to be freezing cold. I'm feeling actually a little bit lost, and I don't want to show video too much of the bathers down there, because some of them literally have just not much on, and you know how water is once you get into it. So I want to respect their privacy as much as I can, but I want to get the essence of what's going on here, and that is the healing waters of the Ganga, right? And that's one of the reasons for bathing in the water, is to get the healing. So let me see if I can give you a different perspective from here. I find this a little bit different. I don't really understand how to talk too much about it, because, well, they're mainly here for one purpose, and that's, you know, to bathe in the sacred Ganges River. And you even see behind me, I don't know if you can, they've even got changing rooms, small rooms where you can go in and change your clothes. So, you know, that's pretty impressive. And you're going to see a lot here, I think, of these jugs here, these orange and white ones, because these are holy waters and people want to take them home with them. So they will buy those and they will put water in them. This area here, like a lot of other places, you know, I was saying they have vendors and such like that. Well, they also have areas to buy prasad, because there are temples here for, you know, you know, your offerings. There's people that are going to take photos. There's tourist stuff. There's, you know, and they're going to tell you they have it ready for you in just a few minutes, right? Well, that's fine. But this area I was just in is mainly the area that a lot of people will come to disperse the ashes of the dead ones. Because see, the Ganga is not only for heating waters, it has a major function for after you die. There's also an area where they take their loved ones after they passed to be cremated or burned. But there's another process I understand in this in the Hindu religion, and I could be wrong on some of this, so please bear with me, that when you're born and when you pass away, you can come here and they'll take hair from you, okay? Especially, I understand when they pass away, a loved one, you bring them here, they shave them, and then this area behind is where they're prayed for, okay? And then when the bodies are burned, they're cremated, and then this is the area where they'll be dispersed. We saw some bathers, but this is the main area for dispersing the ashes after they've been cremated. So I don't know everything, but just like any religion, it can sometimes start out simple, and that's how I kind of think of the Hindu. It seems so simple in the beginning, but as you learn more about it, you realize, I won't say how complicated it is, but how much more involved there is to it, right? So, because this was all new to me about that. I knew that they did the burning, but I didn't know about the hair situation, right? So I learned something, you know, and that's what I like. I like learning all the new things. So we're trying to find the area where the main activity is just for bathing. It's not used for any other activity. Because my understanding is that the cremations are done, the burning is done further upstream where no bathing is done at all. So that's what we're trying to find. And we're back up into a lot more people. So, and we're in an area for offering. Let's see here. I'm gonna walk around. Very pretty area. I'm gonna do a quick turn for you once I get to this area so you get a better idea, because they've got some reliefs on the wall over here which I think are very important. So if you look at that, here all behind me, okay, they're set up, and then on the wall back there are some reliefs, is what I was talking about. I'll show those as I walk by them. And it had so many umbrellas here, you can't even see the water hardly. But as I walk by, they're very colorful. They're very colorful. They're beautiful. You know, there's a lot more to all this than what I've shown you, and that you can venture to see. There's lots to walk around and just see. You know, not that you want to look at people bathing, but it's just the architecture, the buildings, the room areas for getting your prasad and stuff. You can spend a whole day here, right? Just being with the people and understanding what's going on, you know? And these steps are leading down to the river, and I'll show you real quick the river there, okay? So with that, I want to end this part. There's more here in the Ganges that can be done on one video, and I've shared here what I want to on this. So if you like it, please subscribe, please hit the notifications, make a comment. You know, when you make comments telling me more about it, I learn beyond what friends and family and whatever I've read on Google have told me, you know? So I like for people to make comments about things I didn't mention, or maybe I forgot to mention, you know? It helps me learn. It helps anybody who's reading comments learn. And that's what my whole channel is about, learning about different things, different people, learning more about me as I understand the world. But subscribe, hit the notifications, have a support button. You can help me out there some too. And if there's any companies that like to do any charity advertising through me, I would love to do that. I want to get into that more. Otherwise, here at Derek's Destinations, it's all about the journey, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.